Hey family, welcome to day 12. I'm so happy to see you again. Welcome back. Today we're going to revive. If you're not already, find your comfortable seat on the mat. Today I'm going to sit on my knees. So place your hands on your knees, close your eyes, and on an inhale, bring those shoulders up by your ears, and on an exhale, allow them to melt down to the mat as we sink into today's practice. Bring your hands up to your heart chakra, right in your heart center, and let's set your intention for today's practice. What do you want to flow through today? Focus on your why. Take a few rounds of breath here as you take a deep inhale through your nose and slowly release through your mouth, focusing on that intention. Once you found it, bat your eyes open. Hello, welcome. And bring both of your hands over to the right side of your body. And we're going to start in tabletop. A few rounds of cat-cows. As you know, our knees will be hip-width distance apart and hands will be located underneath of our shoulders. When we take an inhale, we're sending our gaze to our belly button, chin to our chest, rounding our back, spreading those fingertips wide. And on an exhale, we're going to reverse the motion, sending our butt up, gaze up, crown up, cow pose. Inhale. Slowly send your gaze to your belly button as you tuck your chin and round your back. Cat pose. Exhale, release. Back the way that you came for cow pose. One more time, deep inhale as you send your gaze to your belly button for cow cat pose. Tuck your chin. Exhale, send your gaze up to the sky for cow pose. Perfect. Find a neutral position. Bring those toes together. Knees go as wide as the mat. And butt gently rests on your feet. Use your hands to guide your forehead to your mat, making your way to child's pose. Allowing your forehead to gently touch the mat. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. Extending your hands above your crown. Allowing your chest with each breath to get closer to the mat or the top of your thighs. Find your place of comfort and stillness. Deep inhale through your nose. Slowly release through your mouth. One more round of breath. Deep inhale through your nose. Slowly release through your mouth. Great job. On your next round of breath, you're going to use your hands to help guide your body back up to your seated position. Placing one hand behind the other until you get there. Get back to your body. Bring those knees together and place your hands back down in tabletop position. On the next inhale, you're going to extend your right leg behind you. Your right toes will gently touch the ground. We're going to stay here for a moment. Let's spread our fingertips wide. Send our gaze a little forward, not straight down, just a little slightly forward to about the top of the mat if you're not at the top of your mat. Next exhale, replace that knee back in tabletop position. The next inhale, extend your left leg behind you with only your left toes touching the ground. Don't lift it yet. Just be sure to spread those fingertips wide and allow your weight to be evenly distributed on both sides of your body. We're not sickling or leaning on our right side. On the next exhale, replace that knee back in the tabletop position. Your next inhale, extend your right leg behind you and your toes gently touch the ground. Perfect. On your next round of breath, you're going to slowly allow that leg to hover, flexing your feet down towards the ground. Spread your fingertips wide. Make sure your toes are tucked. And be sure your body is centered, not leaning over to the left side of your body. One more round of breath. Foot is flexed. And on an exhale, replace that knee back to tabletop position. On your next round of breath, extend your left leg behind you with only your left toes touching the ground. Gaze is slightly forward. And be sure that the weight hasn't shifted over to the right side. So spread those fingertips wide. And on the next inhale, slightly lift your left leg off the mat, flexing your foot down to the mat. Perfect. One more round of breath. And on your exhale, allow your knee to come back to tabletop position. Bring your toes together, knees go as wide as the mat, and butt gently rest on the top of your feet. Extend your hands above your forehead and your crown, and guide your forehead to the mat, child's pose. Take a couple rounds of breath here, releasing any tension you have in your neck and shoulders, allowing your chest to sink closer into the mat. On your next exhale, slowly stack one hand behind the other as you make your way back to your comfortable seated position. Once you're seated, bring those knees together and find your way back to tabletop. On an inhale, you extend your right leg behind you, allowing only your toes to touch the ground. On your next round of breath, you're going to slowly lift your right leg off the mat, flexing those toes down to the ground, being sure that your body isn't only on the left side, but you're evenly distributed. On the next round of breath, you're going to extend your left arm straight in front of you and send your gaze down. Spread those fingertips wide. Spread your right fingertips wide and flex your right leg, your right foot down to the ground. One more round of breath here. On an exhale, release both your hand and leg back down to tabletop. On your next round of breath, extend your left leg behind you, allowing only your left toes to touch the ground or mat. Clearly, my toes extend beyond my mat. On the next inhale, slowly allow your left leg to hover off the ground and flex your feet down to the ground. Spread your fingertips wide on the mat. And on your next inhale, send your right hand out in front of you. Flex those toes. Spread your left fingertips wide. And be sure your hips are facing the mat and squared towards the mat. One more round of breath here. And on your next exhale, release back down to the mat to tabletop. Bring your toes together, knees go as wide as the mat, and slowly guide your butt down to meet your feet. We're going to child's pose, so stretch your hands up above your crown, forehead gently touches the mat, and perhaps you extend a little bit further in child's pose today. Deep inhale through your nose, slow release through your mouth. One more time, inhale through your nose, slowly release through your mouth. Perfect. On your next round of breath, you're going to use your hands to help guide you out of child's pose. Perhaps using one hand behind the other, making their way back to your body, back to your torso. Perfect. Bring both your knees together, both your hands over to the left side of your body, and swing your legs around on the right side. We're going to Savasana. So scooch your butt down to the center of the mat. And allow your shoulders and back to become flush with the mat as your legs extend in front of you. Heels together, toes flap open, and palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes. Take a deep round of breath in through your nose and slowly release it through your mouth, allowing your body to sink closer and more into the ground or mat. Find your place of stillness. Try not to fidget or move, and just be present. Your next round of breath, slowly bat your eyes open and bend your right knee up. Perfect. Allow your right foot to touch the inner left thigh for reclined tree. Your left foot should be flexed towards the sky, and palms can either be facing the sky or they can be resting on your inner thighs. Find your place of comfort or what gives you the most comfort. Be sure not, if your hands are resting on your inner thighs, you're not applying any pressure with your hands. They're just there resting. Take a few rounds of breath here. Allowing yourself to become one with your mat. On your next exhale, return your right leg back to meet your left. Flex your foot. Next, bring your left foot up to meet your right thigh, your inner right thigh. Palms are either facing the ceiling or resting on your inner thighs. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. Gazing at our ceilings or our sky. Smiling in gratitude because why not? Smile because you deserve it. Take one more round of breath as your body becomes more close to the mat or closer to the mat. On your next exhale, you're going to extend your left leg out in front of your body, both feet flexing towards the ceiling. Heels are together, toes flap open, palms face the sky, eyes closed. Deep inhale through your nose and slowly release through your mouth. Let's revive. Your next round of breath, you're going to slowly bat your eyes open. You're going to hug both your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Your gaze extends up. You might grab each elbow with your hand and give your back a gentle massage by rocking slowly right to left. Nice and slowly and gentle. These are my choice words. So if you feel any discomfort, release and return to Savasana. One more round of breath here. Find your place of stillness and release both your legs back to Savasana. Both your palms face the ceiling. Perfect. On your next round of breath, you're going to bring your left arm over to the right side of your body and make your way to your fetal position. Take a moment of breath here. And when you're ready, when you feel good and ready, use both hands to help guide you back to our comfortable seated position that we started with. when you're ready. So inhale, exhale. Just one hand at a time to help guide us back to our comfortable seat. Great job. Find your comfortable seat in the center of your mat and close your eyes. Place your hands on top of your knees or kneecaps. And on your next inhale, bring your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, allow them to sink down to the mat. One more time. Inhale, bring your shoulders up by your ears. And exhale, allow them to sink down to the mat. Bring both of your hands up to meet in prayer position on your heart chakra in the center of your chest. Bring your focus back to your intention today. And I challenge you to move through the rest of your day using that intention and the love and light that we just flowed through. Bring both of your thumbs up to rest in between your eyebrows on your third eye. Your all-knowing eye. You can even give it a gentle massage. You did a phenomenal job. Way to go. Namaste. I can't wait to see you on day 13. See you tomorrow, family.